There are few things that humans find more terrifying than the dark. It's an evolutionary survival instinct that helped our ancestors to avoid predators, threats from other humans, and the unknown. It is not the dark that we fear, as darkness is just the absence of light. The real terror comes when our brains are allowed to imagine what is lurking just out of sight. And it's probably a creepy white woman on some stairs. My first 2 hours of playing Resident Evil 7 is the most terrifying thing I've ever played or watched. And I say that without hyperbole. If you aren't familiar with Resident Evil 7, it was released in 2017 and follows our main protagonist, Ethan Winters, as he goes in search of his missing wife, Mia, who has been missing for 3 years. Ethan receives a message from a distressed Mia telling him to stay away. He ignores this, of course, and is directed to her location in Dovey, Louisiana.
Ethan, you were right. I did lie to you. I shouldn't have. All I can say is that if you get this, stay away.
Ethan arrives at a derelict plantation and proceeds to search for Mia. See, that's why Ethan couldn't have been black, bro. We ain't playing around with no plantations.
Not on my property. Not around my niggas, he can't.
Ethan actually finds Mia pretty quickly. She's disheveled and something seems off, but we're just happy to see her alive.
Mia, oh thank God I found you. It's me, it's Ethan.
Ethan? Ethan?
Are you alright?
You shouldn't be here.
What do you mean? You contacted me.
No, I wouldn't. Did I?
Mia and Ethan get separated and we get a little gameplay while searching for her. Then finally, we come to this door. This damn door. Now before we open this door, we need to talk about what leads up to opening the door. You need the proper context to see why this is the scariest scene in all of Resident Evil. Now with any great film or video game scare, having a build-up attention is what really drives home the scare. And for me, this is achieved in 3 different parts. 3 different elements, if you will. Element number 1 is location. I've already stated that we were in a dilapidated plantation manor, and now the time has shifted from day to night. It's raining and thundering outside. We hear random knocks echoing throughout the home. For element number 2, we have the composers for this game were, and I'm just gonna put their names up on screen. I don't want to butcher their names, and y'all ain't gonna catch me slipping. The composers did a masterful job in just playing with the music and being able to set the tone for this scare. And the last element we have is the fear of the unknown. We're forced to meander around a poorly lit home with cramped hallways. We now have random knocking echoing throughout the home. Who's knocking? Where's the knocking coming from? Why are they knocking? Your mind is overloaded with all these different things to further unsettle you. The game is in first person, so your view is restricted. You can't see around corners, so that makes the halls feel even more claustrophobic than they already do. This was the first Resident Evil to have a first-person view, and it worked out wonderfully for Capcom. The previous game in the series, Resident Evil 6, while it had great sales, it was not received well critically. So Capcom had to make a change. I guess I have RE6 to thank for scaring the piss out of me. So we have the proper tension built as we finally open the door. As we open the door, you realize the game has taken control away from you. This isn't lost on me. You see darkness. You hear growling. You see a figure that seems to be crawling, but it's weird and uncanny. Is it an animal? Is it a person? The music swells, the lights flicker, and then darkness. And then you're face to face with damn. Seriously, this scene actually made me stop playing Resident Evil 7. I mean, my heart could not take it. It was the creepiest thing I had ever seen in video games and in film. The decision to put the game in a first-person view was chef's kiss. I actually managed to beat Resident Evil 7 a few years later, and in VR, no less. When I think about my all-time favorite scares, I always come back to this moment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me in the comments, what is your all-time favorite scare, whether it be in film or video games. Please remember to like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. And remember, I did the research, so you don't have to.